Don't limit yourself. Don't listen to what others have to say, and disregard what you see on the internet, and go out here, do your own research, and see what you can really do, okay? Hey family, Nurse T here, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'll be answering a few questions from you guys that I'm noticing is repetitive. I'm seeing a lot of the same questions in the videos and the comments, via my emails and in my DMs. So I figured if a few of you have the same type of question, there are going to be others asking the same type of questions. So you may hear your question in today's video, and we're going to get started with the first question. Alright, she says, I will be graduating LPN program next month, God willing. I need the freedom that agency nursing offers, but I'm wondering if I should work full-time or part-time at a hospital for experience. Would working for an agency be smart as a new grad? I feel like I'll need to learn some new skills, more skills, before being thrown anywhere. Thank you for your encouraging videos. Oh, okay. So this is a really good question, by the way. So, and I'm going to tell you guys everything based off of my experience and my honest opinion. Do I believe that a new grad should work agency nursing? Absolutely not. However, I did it, so if I can do it, you can do it too. And the only reason why I say this, y'all, I'm gonna give you a prime example, okay? So coming straight out of nursing school, the only experience that I had in the healthcare field is I was working as a PCT at a hospital float pool, and I did that for 4 years. So I felt like I was a little bit familiar with a lot of things that was already going on in nursing. Alongside that, I was working also as an agency aide, and I was going through to like LTC and rehab facilities. So I had an idea of how nursing worked, but I didn't fully know what the nurses did, okay? So when I graduated my LPN program, my first job was at a med, I was going to tell you the name of it, at a Med Express, at an urgent care. And alongside with that, the agency that I was working for at the time knew that I was graduating and about to be an LPN. So all they did was transition me from a CNA to an LPN. And I told them, I was like, so are these facilities going to allow me to come in here and work, you know, straight out of school, new LPN, you know? And they're like, yeah, they're going to train you. I've never heard of a nursing agency training anyone, never. But I was so confident and, you know, trusted my agency that these facilities that they were sending me to that week were going to train me. Okay, absolutely not. My first day there, again, I was trying to clarify with my agency. They do know I'm a new nurse, right? She's like, yeah, I've already talked to them. They're going to give you 3 days of training and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So I get there. I get report with the nurse who was currently on duty. And, you know, we counted the narcs and stuff. And I noticed that there was no one else there. It's just you, girl. It was just me. Like, I'm the person to turn to. And I was like, okay. So I somewhat started what I could do. I was not really familiar with the system that they were using, but the only reason why I had an idea of how to work the system is because of my clinicals from nursing school. This is not okay. I highly do not recommend, okay? So yes, I was like, oh my god, well, I'm just gonna do what I can and just again, I used all the knowledge that I had gained from nursing school, and I was very attentive. Like I was always the one that was hands-on trying to do something, and when I was in nursing school, okay? So this is the only way I knew how to work that system. And later I'm looking for my trainer, I asked the supervisor who was on duty, hey, is there going to be someone here with me today? Like, oh, aren't you here from 7 to 3? Yes, but I was told I was going to get like a 3-day orientation. She was like, then you come from agency? I said, yeah. She said, no, like, do you need help with something? And I told her, I'm a new nurse. Those people do not care about you, and they don't care about your license, okay? This is your nursing license that you went to school for, that you study hard for. Only thing they need in their building right now is a nurse, and a nurse who is going to do her nursing duties for these residents who needs them, okay? And I'm not saying that all agencies are this way, definitely not, but there are plenty of them that are out here this way. But I'm not blaming my agency. I should have used, you know, I should have been a little bit more smarter about my move. And if I felt that I wasn't comfortable with doing something, I shouldn't have acted on it. However, the shift did go good. I got through the shift. I didn't mess up with anything. And when I had questions, I asked. There was another nurse who was working on the other unit next to me, so she was there when I needed her, and I explained to her what was happening, so she felt my pain. So honestly, I think I was putting more stress on myself, thinking that I wasn't going to be able to do something, and in reality, I was really good at it, and I catch on quick, and I was like, okay, this is not so bad. But yeah, I did that with that actual facility a few times. And after that, I was like, okay, I know what's going on. I can do this, no problem. Sometimes we are harder on ourselves and believe that, you know, we don't have enough confidence in ourselves and what we can do. But at the same time, to build more confidence, I feel that it's really imperative that you start somewhere where they can train you, and then venture out into agency nursing or travel nursing. I don't recommend you just go right into agency nursing, but again, there are a lot of nurses that do it. But if you feel that you're confident enough and you have the knowledge to, and you know, skill wise, like, by all means necessary, do what you feel that you can do. So diving into the next question, it says, I was a CNA for about 2 years, got my LPN in August 2021, and have been working as charge nurse, now at the same place since. I'm contemplating to work in a hospital, most likely med-surg, because I feel like I would learn more than I'm learning now at my current job. I have no one to really train me when I need to do a new skill. It's been rough. If I did switch to a hospital med-surg, would you recommend days or nights as a new grad? Another really good question. So do I recommend a new grad to train on days or nights? Honestly, either shift. However, I can honestly see how day shift would be overwhelming to the new grad. So and I feel that on night shift, your preceptor or whoever you're training with will be able to be a little bit more flexible and patient, and actually show you how to, they'll be able to take more time to show you how to properly do a skill, spend more time with you on things that you feel that you're struggling with. Not to say that you won't get that same encounter from day shift, because you definitely will, but I think that day shift would be overwhelming. There's a lot going on day shift, so I think for a new grad, nights would be a better pace for you. That's what I'm trying to say. It would be at a better pace for you to, you know, learn a new skill. But people are training every day, all day, so days or nights will be okay. But if you feel that, you know, if you're really like anxious and worried and day shift is the flow for you, it's just too much, definitely try to get in on nights. All right, so the next question reads, starting my LPN 12-month program in March. I work 3/12s, 6P to 6A. Program is Monday through Thursday, 5P to 10P. How did you balance work, school, and family? Y'all, I was on autopilot. I really was. I say this to myself all the time, like, girl, how did you get through that program? But no, honestly, I feel that anytime you want something really, really bad, you will make sacrifices to achieve your goal. Okay, so I was wanting to, first off, I told myself I'm not going to be working as a CNA forever. I'm not going to be stuck in this town forever doing the same thing. Like, there has to be more. Not to say that that position that I had was just awful and, you know, it wasn't anything like that. I did enjoy my current position as a PCT, but I wanted more, and in order to have more, you got to change something and you got to make sacrifices. So one of my huge sacrifices was missing out on family events and spending time with family as much I would have liked to. And another one was, it was just really work, school, eat, come home, take care of my daughter. Work, school, eat, come home and take care of my daughter. That's it. Like, I had no time for nothing. While she's in school, I was in school. By the time I got out of school, it's time to get her. I would go home and, you know, I already had my days and stuff planned out, so you really got to stick with the schedule. I would come home, cook dinner, bathe her, do whatever I have to do with her, and every night by 8 o'clock, she was in the bed. Sometimes I would lay down with her to rest my mind and take a nap, and I would get back up every night at the same time between 10 and 11, and I would just study for a couple of hours, and then I would just get back up and do it all again at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I know it sounds, no, it's I'm not even gonna say it sounds unrealistic, because a lot of people do it. People do it all the time. If you really want something, they make those sacrifices and they discipline themselves to do certain things. Like, if I can do it, y'all can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so diving into the next question. Did you have to take prerequisites prior to applying to your nursing program? No. I went to ECPI University in South Carolina, and no, they did not require any prerequisites. However, they did accept other classes if you had classes prior from other schools. But other than that, no, I did not have to take any prerequisites to get into my program. All the classes that I needed were already taught into their curriculum. So yeah, I'm an MA, really very passionate about doing LPN, but constantly being demotivated, discouraged that it's a waste of time. Rather go for the RN. Y'all, I don't care what them people say, okay? Like, no, if you feel that you want to go to an LPN program and you have a plan behind it, stick with it. Everybody does not have the same experience. Everybody is not going to have the same type of journey that you're going to take and use for your nursing journey. Honestly, y'all, this is one of the best things I've ever done. And what I can say about being
LPN, like a lot of people like to say, oh, LPNs, they're not gonna make much money, or LPNs, like, you know, they fixate themselves on the salary that they see on the internet instead of doing their own research or either going out here working themselves. Because there's no way I'm gonna work for a certain hourly wage or a certain salary, like, and plus I have a certain mindset about nursing and things that I attract, and when it comes to my money, that I tend to always get it, you know. And you got to do the same thing. And again, I'm glad that I went with the LPN program first. So for those who are wanting to go, if you want to do the LPN program, then transition to the RN, you're going to be a beast by the time you do decide to become RN. Or if you just decide to stay a LPN and not even transition, there's so much opportunity out here for LPNs. There's so much money that you could make. Don't limit yourself. Don't listen to what others have to say and disregard what you see on the internet, and go out here, do your own research and see what you can really do. Okay, the next question. Nurses nurses are allowed to have acrylic nails? Question mark, question mark. We do what we want. We do what we want. These are press-ons. However, I do wear acrylic nails, and I'm just not right now. But yeah, I do wear acrylic nails. And I mean, you're going to see nurses all the time wearing acrylic nails. You're going to see nurses that's tatted up. You're going to see nurses with piercings. Yo, we're human, okay? I know that this person probably are asking this question because of, you know, sanitary purposes. You know, they say we can't wear nails to work or to school because the germs that it carries. But in our reality, y'all, when you're in nursing school, you definitely cannot wear any false nails, no acrylics. I don't think even no polish, like, so unless it's like a clear color or nude, they're really strict. So nursing students definitely cannot wear the acrylic nails. But there's a lot that you can't do in nursing when you're in nursing school until you hit the real world and you see what's really happening. But I'm not trying to tell you guys to go, yeah girl, go get your nails. You know what your job will allow you to do or what your school will allow you to do. But nurses, we gonna do us, okay? So what companies do you work for? So travel companies, my main travel company is Snap Nurse. Locally here in Atlanta, my main company that I use is Assist and BOS. Next question, T. I love when y'all say my name. T. What do you enjoy better, the nursing home or the hospital? This is a really good question. What do I enjoy better? Okay, so honestly, I enjoy them both. Skill wise, I enjoy the hospital most because I feel that I'm able to do, I'm not even gonna say I feel, I'm able to do more and I'm able to be more hands on, and I'm not just popping and passing pills all day. I'm literally doing so much more than in a nursing home setting. In a nursing home setting, I've never been full-time in a nursing home, but of course me doing it through agency, I have a couple of facilities that I would go to, like if I'm not, you know, on an assignment or contract or working elsewhere. But in the nursing homes, it's the same repetitive thing. I think that a lot of nurses in the nursing homes don't really have a room to move upward and do more. It's the same type of nursing. Meanwhile, like if you're in a hospital, you have different units and there's so many different things that you'll be able to do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not knocking people who work in a nursing home or work in rehab. All that's great, and we need all of those nurses. But again, based on my experience, what I do enjoy most is the hospital setting, because again, skill-wise, I'm able to put my hands in on more, and I feel that I'm still learning a lot. I've learned so much over the time in me traveling, doing agency, and working in all these different settings. So I think it's needed in order to expand your knowledge as a nurse. So, and also to add to that, what I want to say for LPNs who are graduating, or if you are a new grad LPN, don't limit yourself to just one type of setting. Try to do as much as you can, or just try to, don't go to where you think, oh, this is the only type of job that I'll be able to get. Because I know a lot of people think, oh, LPNs can only work in nursing homes, or LPNs can only work in like rehab. That is absolutely not true. Don't limit yourself to that, and don't just settle for that type of specialty, because I noticed that a lot of nurses who do that, they get burnt out easily, because those nursing homes will work you to death. Okay, they will work you to the ground. Like, that patient nurse ratio is ridiculous. But don't limit yourself to that. There's so many different jobs out there that you can do as a nurse, and not even just hospitals. Like, there's just so much you can do. Don't limit yourself, and don't settle for one specific specialty unless you are already working in the field that you've been wanting to work in. So the next question, as an LPN on med surg floor, how different or like does your shift look from the floor RN? People love to say how different our scopes are, but I don't believe the things LPNs are restricted or limited from doing. come up often when on a unit like Med Surg. What has been your experience? Love the video, by the way. Okay, so my experience from working on a Med Surg unit with a RN, it depends, because when you float from unit to unit, some of what I have noticed is that a lot of the RNs in the hospital setting, they're just so not used to working with an LPN, and one of their common questions are, can you do this? Can you do that? Like, are you able to do this? Like, girl, stop playing with me. But no, seriously, some of them really don't know because they're not used to working with the LPNs, and I think some of them just feel that because of what people say about LPNs, they just rather not. But I am in the state of Georgia, so each state is going to vary of, you know, what an LPN can do. So here, from my experience, mainly the initial assessments, you can do the following assessments after the RN has already done the initial assessment. And what I mean by that, let's say if there's a new patient coming to the floor, the LPN can't go and do that full physical assessment. Alright, y'all, sorry about that. My camera actually died. So picking up where I left off, the initial assessment. So usually LPNs can't do the first initial assessment, which is weird because you go to any other type of setting in like those nursing homes or those rehabs and urgent cares, what's in there? Like those LPNs are usually the ones doing the initial assessments. So yeah, I just think it depends on the setting and as well as whatever state that you're in. What did you use to study for NCLEX? So I'm not one of those people who used a whole bunch of different resources. I think that using like a whole bunch of different books and UWorld and this site and that site, I think it's going to cause you a lot of confusion and frustration, and it can be very overwhelming. So I focused mainly on the NCLEX PN book. All the nursing students get it. The NCLEX Saunders PN book, and if you're RN, the NCLEX RN Saunders book. So that's all that I use. Alongside with that, my ATI books. That's all that I use, and I feel that me studying for NCLEX was not hard at all, as long as you focus on knowing how to answer those NCLEX style questions and, you know, think of safety first, and you know what you learned in nursing school, okay? So as long as you understand how to answer NCLEX style questions, you will be fine. But I do not think that you should use a ton of material and different resources to study. Limit yourself onto what you're going to use and focus on just that. But the NCLEX PN Saunders book was all that I pretty much needed. Alright, y'all, so that pretty much concludes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We shall do this again. That was kind of fun. I think that was fun. But anyways, thank you guys for being here. If you've made it this far into the video, drop a butterfly down below, and I shall see you guys in the next video.